Chikara is returning. This is exciting news for a lot of people. As the resident goblin for the company, what are your thoughts on this big return coming up Sunday?
Oh, it's so important this Sunday. We've been gone for such a long time. It's been a year now. A freaking year that we've taken off of wrestling, that we haven't been a company, that we haven't been giving the people what they wanted. And we've been through some crap. We've been through a lot of stuff in this past year. We've had people that died. We had a company that shut down. We had money that just been flooding, just been gone, completely gone. We've got all these people who've been waiting just for this moment so they can take over. And now we can stand united, and now we can finally show the people what they've been waiting for so long, and all these people that now, new fans, give them wrestling that they never saw before in a different platform, and back to where we are, back to where we were years ago, but even better now, better than ever.
Now, you talk about standing united, and that's kind of the unique thing about this situation is wrestlers who were part of Chikara before, who necessarily didn't see eye to eye, are kind of all standing on the same team. It's called You Only Live Twice, and it's on iPay-per-view Sunday. Tell me about the relationship you have with some of the competitors that you maybe didn't have before.
Well, I'll tell you for one, Mr. Icarus, I wasn't too fond of. We didn't have a really good connection. But when Chikara had closed down, you see, we both wanted it back, and we both knew we had to do whatever we could to make sure that happened. Because this was a company that has been around for 12 years. 12 years, and now we're going on 14 years. But for 12 years to have it be shut down and to have it, everything that has happened, all of history be erased because some people didn't want us to be around, because people wanted to take over and make their own name, and we weren't going to let that stand. So there's guys like Ultra Mantis who I've fought wars with, but I'm willing to put those issues aside in order for us to bring back the company, our home, to bring that back.
The Batiri will be teaming up Sunday against Sin Bodhi and the Auditorium. Sin Bodhi was somebody that you guys had a relationship with at one time. How do you guys prepare for this, what I'm going to call an epic battle on Sunday?
You see, yes, Sin Bodhi had trained us. So he thinks that he knows everything that we know. He thinks that he has a one-upmanship on us. But in reality, we've learned a lot since he was gone. And there's a lot of things that he does not know that we know. We have this thing called compassion for our brethren. See, me, Kodama, and O'Brien, we are more than just a team. We are brothers. And Mr. Sin Bodhi has no clue what that means. He has no idea what that means. He does not stand for anything. He only stands for himself. So therefore, he can't give out, he can't dish out, he can't stand up for anything like we can. And he has these two new guys, Barnum and Bailey, the Ringling Brothers, his little circus, a mime and a clown. Well, you see, we don't know much about them, but it doesn't matter because we are the Batiri. And there's no one in the world that's like that. There's no other group in the planet that can stand with us that Mr. Kazani can just bring out of the ground or pull out of his hat to fight against us. See, they're his second choice. We were his first. So that alone shows you where we stand.
And you guys, you talk about being this one cohesive unit. You hail from Bled Island. Lots of interesting things going on that island, and people who go to thebatiri.com can learn more about this unit, if you will. Also have an opportunity to purchase the Batiri mystery bags, and I've been one of the recipients of one of those bags. Talk a little bit about the uniqueness, the oddness, some may say, of the Batiri.
The Batiri themselves, you see, I am a goblin. I am a prince of all goblins. And you see, there's my brethren. There's Kodama. And O'Brien. Kodama was kicked out of hell for being too vulgar. And O'Brien, he is a demon warrior. He's been like a Jedi Knight for the past 7,000 years. And you see, they were summoned by I to come to Blood Island to wreak havoc on the world. And that's what we've been doing. But we've had a little bit of an aside now because there's something more important than chaos. We have grown together. We have traveled all across the world. And now we're back in Chikara to make sure that Mr. Simbodi gets a foot in his rear end.
Of the places where you guys do wrestle and you have quite a following and you've been to several different places, how special is Chikara to you guys, and how important is Sunday and this big return with You Only Live Twice?
This is probably our most important moment we've ever had. Chikara's our home. We've been in so many places. I've lived in caves. I lived in sewers. I've lived on a boat for about 6 months. I lived in Philly for way too long. I think it was like a week. And it's nothing like Chikara. Chikara is my home. Chikara is not this this particular spot or particular place. It's a family of itself. And I'm a part of it. It's such a big thing to be a part of. It's so important. It's something I've dreamed of. To have this camaraderie, to have this thing, this such important thing that you can, it's intangible, but you can almost feel like you can touch it. And it's about the fans. It's about being able to perform in front of these wonderful people that actually care about everything you do. They'll support you even if you go across the country, if you move, if you do something else, if you change your name and go upstate and wrestle on TV. They care about every single thing that you do. And that's what this Chikara is. Chikara is more than a company. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life.